Hi there YouTube, it's me Default Wilderness. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this month's end of month bot haul, where I show you all the Transformer related items I bought throughout the month. And so last month I wasn't best pleased with my haul last month. It was a little bit disappointing in my mind because I didn't get quite as much stuff as I would have hoped to have got, and the main reason for that was because of that I was working to a handicap because of that PayPal pay in free payment for that pre-order for that Legacy Evolution Titan class Nemesis that I ordered from In Demand. That payment thing is rolled over into this month, so I've got the same handicap this month that I had last month. In other words, on the 2nd of the month I have to make this £66 payment to PayPal to pay back the money that they've paid on my behalf to In Demand, and so I'm a shortfall on the usual money I like to spend for my my usual budget that I like to spend for my bot haul throughout the month. But this month I've actually done quite well out of it. I mean, I had an idea to save money wherever possible with the purchases that I made, and thanks to certain purchases that I did make where I didn't buy them at the full retail price, I bought them because they had a couple of quid knocked off because of one reason or another, and through those things I managed to save nearly 30 quid this month, which was like halfway to counteracting that £66 sort of pre-order payment that I had to make. So yeah, it was actually, I've done quite well this month. I've got a much better selection of stuff to show you this month. So without that said, let's roll on and show you what I got. So obviously the first items arrived on the 2nd, but again on the 2nd of the month I had to make that the second of three payments to PayPal to pay off this pre-order prepayment that I was doing for that Legacy Evolution Titan class Nemesis with In Demand, and so I made that on the 2nd, and I decided to go out to the local shops. So I went uptown and went into the local entertainer, and I picked up a couple of bots with slight discounts, so I got them slightly cheap. And so this was on Friday the 2nd. I went into entertainer, and this was the first guy I picked up. So this is Rise of the Beasts Battle Alliance Battle Changer Rhinox. So now I decided to go for this because one out of all the Rhinoxes they've done, this looks most like the original sort of CGI 1996 or 1997 Beast Wars Rhinox, because he's got a similar looking head sculpt. He's got like the the dino, the teeth of the dino, not the dino, the rhino jaw down his front. I wouldn't say his colours are much to do with it, but he also comes with one of his Gatling guns. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a very simple little figure, but it looks like Rhinox. It actually looks like Rhinox from the classic cartoon show, and that's the reason why I went for it. It's a very simple figure. It's got limited articulation, but it's a pretty cool little figure, and I decided to get it because I just thought it looked really good, and he was the first item that I managed to get this month. Then at the entertainer, another bot I picked up with some money off. Transformers Earthspark Warrior Class Thrash. Decided I wanted to get this guy. I've got Twitch, I've got Bumblebee. I'm on the fence about getting the Deluxe or the Warrior Class Megatron. I'm getting some of the figures from the line. He's a bit of a spindly bot. Transforms into a motorcycle of a sort with a sidecar, which is kind of interesting. Now, as we know, Transformers Earthspark has been up until recently a Paramount Plus exclusive show, though I think it was streaming on some other things, on some of the sort of satellite channels as well. But more recently, the show has been syndicated over to Netflix. So was it a week ago? I noticed that Earthspark Season 1 was on Netflix, so I'm going to binge watch Earthspark on Netflix, and actually it's a pretty good show. Obviously, you know, Twitch is a pretty good character in it. You know, there's that one episode where he's trying to transform, even though he's not actually transforming. He's trying to turn into the motorcycle by, you know, sort of, you know, stretching himself out like that and sort of laying down and going, "Yeah, I'm in bike mode," and it's quite funny when he does that. But yeah, it's a decent show. There's some amazing fight sequences in them as well. I mean, the first episode when you've got Elite 1 facing off against Swindle and Hardtop. I mean, that fight is so well, you know, choreographed. And Elite 1 where she sort of spins around them by using the wheels on her feet, you know, as part of her alt mode to like roller skates to spin around them. And then there's that other fight where Megatron and Optimus are facing off against the two Seekers at the base. And then you got Skywarp is trying to steal Optimus's arm, and Skywarp then starts warping around all over the place, and then Megatron grabs hold of Nova Storm and then uses his fusion cannon to like a rocket to blast himself towards the ground, so he can do like a seismic toss on what's it. I'm quite impressed with some of the fight sequences in the show. It's a good show. I'm really enjoying it. It's pretty good. Don't know whether season 2 will get, you know, syndicated over to Netflix. We'll just have to wait and see. But I know the season 2 episodes are coming out on Paramount Plus soon. In fact, I think they're going to be airing in late July or something like that. But anyway, he's a decent little figure. Managed to get him with some money off, so I managed to save some money on this guy. So yeah, got hold of him. He's pretty cool. And then later on that day, this is still on the 2nd, a little something I ordered off Amazon. Again, I got some money off it, so I bought it. Rise of the Beast, Beast Alliance, Beast Combiner, Optimus Primal, and Skullcruncher. Now, it's one of those, it's like those Cyberverse figures they did where they had like the cyber armor where you dropped it on top and it auto-morphed into armor for the figure. Similar sort of thing, a little bit of auto-morph involved. So, basically, you take that off. And this is the reason why I bought it. I bought it for Skullcruncher because I like to character mold set collect Skullcruncher, even though this Skullcruncher doesn't actually transform into a robot. He just transforms into some armour to go onto Primal. But, you know, you get this pretty authentic looking or realistic looking, you know, robotic crocodile out of it. So, you know, that's something, I suppose. He looks pretty cool. But the Primal figure, yeah, it's very, very basic. I mean, the transformation is super, super simple. You just flip that out, turn that round, bring those round, sort of fold the legs up double. And there you go, Monkey Man. Very simplistic transformation, restricted articulation, built around a gimmick, usual stuff, you know, ain't that great. But like I said, I bought it because of this thing. You know, I bought it for the Skullcruncher. So, and I got it with some money marked off Amazon. So it should have been, how much was it? It should have been 20 quid, but I got it for like 16 quid, I think it was. Yeah, so I saved 4 quid on it. So that was a deal worth doing in my mind. So yeah, so got hold of that. Right, so that was the stuff that arrived on the 2nd, and then rolling on to the 9th. Which was again another Friday. I had a pre-order arrive from Hasbro Pulse, and it's a character that I like to collect all the molds for, or character mold set collect. And tomorrow will be my 900 subs video tomorrow morning at the usual time, where it will have a very, very strong Beachcomber theme, and it's a 2-part video where I'll do a review of the main focus of the review up front, and then the back half of the video is going to be basically me, you know, showing off all my all my different molds for that particular character, and yeah, this guy's going to be making an appearance in it. So here's a little teaser for the video tomorrow. Yes, I got my pre-order from Hasbro Pulse Legacy Evolution Beachcomber. Now, I would have got this guy anyway because it's Beachcomber, because I like to collect Beachcomber, and he's a decent little figure. But in my opinion, well, he's a decent little figure. He's got rubber tyres, rubberised tyres. He's got the gun, which plugs onto the front of the alt mode to form a bumper, which is okay, I suppose. But if you lose the gun, then you lose part of the alt mode. It's like oh, what's his face? Crankcase. I bought him off in demand and he didn't come with accessories. And of course, one of the accessories is a gun that turns into the grill for the alt mode, and it's like you can't form his alt mode without it. Yeah, so he's got that. He's also got the little the Paradise Parakeet little rubbery thing that can plug onto various places. And the other thing about this, there's two other things about this figure that I'm not too happy about. One, these silver panels on the legs. In my opinion, they have no right to be there. They shouldn't be there. Beachcomber's legs should be plain blue. Why they put the silver panels on there, I don't know. Now, I did a little bit of research into this. I went looking for pictures of the G1 Beachcomber from the TV show. Couldn't see anything, but then I found that artwork by Fluorodiri, the concept artwork for the G1 character. And in alt mode, you can quite clearly see that the vehicle, the front of the vehicle, has hang on. Hang on. Right. So the front of the vehicle has quite clearly got, in that Fluorodiri art, it's got a silver, sort of triangle on it, whereas the robot mode hasn't. And I think this is what they've tried to replicate. The other thing is, yeah, so I'm not really a huge fan of that. In my opinion, because all the other Beachcomber molds I've got, they haven't got the silver on the hood, and in my mind it shouldn't be there. But why they put it on this figure, I don't know. The other reason I'm not a big fan of it is when you look at his alt mode, you can see the feet stick up in front of the driver's vision, and this little panel that sticks up in front of the driver is supposed to be there as part of the the alt mode of the vehicle. But how's the driver supposed to see where they're going when they've got all this sticking up in the way? And if you look at the picture on the the illustration on the front, it's got like a flat hood instead of the feet sticking up. Also, the artwork on the box hasn't got the silver panels on it. So, yeah, it's one of them things, isn't it? So there's things on this figure that I'm not really that pleased about, to be honest. But other than that, he's not bad. But like I said, I've got my gripes. I've got my gripes on the fella. So yeah, call me a snob because I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to off-road vehicles, and this guy has got a few issues that don't marry up really. So yeah, he's all right, he's okay, but like I said, he does have a few problems as far as I'm concerned. Right, so that was that arrived on the 9th, and then the following day I had a little package that that arrived from Comics and Cocktails, some items that I went on their website and ordered. Yeah, like I said, I was trying to watch what I spent this month. I was trying to save money because of this £66 I had to pay out for this pre-order that that to reduce my budget. So I was trying to keep the costs down by buying small cheap figures. Or figures that have got slightly discounted for one reason or another. And anyway, so I went on and had a look at their latest selection of Legacy Evolution figures, and I saw a few things, and I thought, I need to get hold of those. So the order arrived on the 10th, and it had this guy. So I'm getting the core class Dinobots as part of the Evolution toy line. So we've got Legacy Evolution Core Class Dinobot Skarr. He's a brand new Dinobot, turns into an Ankylosaurus. Chunky bot, but he's reasonably articulated, and he's not too bad. He's pretty good. Struggles to stand up though. There we go. And then next, got his teammate Swoop. Legacy Core Class, well, Legacy Evolution Core Class Swoop. Now this guy is really good actually. Out of all the Core Class Dinobots I've got, this is probably the best figure so far. But then we recently got the reveal of the Core Class Snarl that's coming as part of the final part of the Combiner set, and he looks amazing. But yeah, Swoop looks really good. Like I said, out of the Dinobots I've got so far for this Core Class Evolution Core Class series, he's the best one so far. He's really good. Decent amount of articulation, decent transformation. His alt mode isn't too, compromised by any combiner gimmicks. He looks pretty good. So, and I assume it's a he and not a she, because don't forget Swoop got gender swapped for Cyberverse. So I'm hoping it's a he. But yeah, so we got Swoop. And then another figure I decided to get because I'd seen pictures of it and I was a bit on the fence about getting it. But then I thought, actually, that doesn't look too bad. I think I'll get it. Legacy Evolution Deluxe Devcon, Autobot Devcon. Now, I don't really know much, if anything, about this character. I know he appeared in one episode of the cartoon show, and I think he's had some minor comic appearances. There's been other variants of his character produced in toy form, but they've been repaints of other moulds that they've used. I think this is the first time that anybody's ever done a figure in that pays homage to his original G1 cartoon form. He's a really good looking bot, and in fact I look at this guy and I just think, if Captain America was a Transformer, this is what he'd look like. I'm getting such strong Captain America vibes from this guy. It's unbelievable. He looks really cool. I mean, he's basically a heavy retool of the Studio Series 86 Blur mold, but decent enough figure. Lovely colours, fairly simple transformation, and you get some sort of random spaceship out of it. So what's more to say about it? He's a decent figure. I kind of like him, and decided to get him and got him, and yeah, he's pretty good. Right, so they arrived on the 10th. So next, comics. So like I said, I've been buying these Marvel G1 comics. It's getting difficult now because I've bought most of the cheap comics, so to speak. The rest of the comics are the early numbers that go for lots of money, and yeah, so I've got that to look forward to now. But I was missing a few issues from the 110 series. So I went on to eBay to Susanna Carter and placed an order and managed to pick up a job lot of comics. So I got issue 111, issue 112, issue 115, issue 116, and issue 119. So that's more or less completed the 110 series. There's only one issue I need, and that's the legendary issue 113, which is an issue that goes for very high-end collector's premium because of a particular cult character that had his debut in it. But a little bit more on that later. Yeah, so I managed to get hold of those. So that was a nice little haul of comics to get. And they arrived on the 12th. Next it was my Korean purchases. So obviously, because I've been trying to save money, I like to buy my Korean toys. I've been buying the cheapo mini figures off eBay because they're cheap, basically, and because they're basically Legion scale bots. I only do small stuff reviews on them, and small stuff reviews don't do quite as well for viewing figures as my other reviews. Though the reviews of these two figures, the viewing figures for them couldn't be at more odds. So the first one I bought them from the same seller. They both arrived at the same time on the 13th. So, hello Carbot Mini Jetren or Zetren. Yeah, he turns into a little black sports car. He's got his staff or sword or whatever it is. Decent little figure, kind of lanky. I've got the big figure. I did a review on it. That review's on about, 35 views at the moment when I look at it. So yeah, So I got hold of him. He's okay. He's all right. They actually painted the wheels on this guy, which is something they don't often do on Hello Carbot minifigures. So I got hold of him. And then Hello Carbot Mini Technomaster. Now the review for this thing has got over 130 views. So I can't understand that. I mean, why the review for this has only got like 30 odd reviews and the review for this has got like 130 odd reviews? That doesn't make any sense to me. Why did this one do so much better than this one? They're both small stuff reviews. I'm both basically reviewing similar sort of figure. Anyway, I can't make my head around that. But anyway, this guy, he's all right. Again, I've got the big figure. Did a review on it. Did a comparison with the big figure. Technomaster's all right. He's a decent little figure. You know, for a Hello Carbot mini, he's actually, you know, he's got elbows for starters. That's a win every day of the week. Yeah, he's not bad. As with all minifigures, could do with more paint, but he's a pretty cool little figure. Fun transformation, reasonably articulated. He's all right. He's okay. So I managed to get hold of him. Then next, again decided to go out to local shops, looking for bots that are at slightly cheaper price than normal, and managed to find one. Went to my local entertainer and managed to get hold of Rise of the Beasts mainline Deluxe Airazor. Now I haven't gone for the Studio Series one because the Studio Series one is a heavy retool and repaint of the Kingdom Airazor mould, and I'm not a huge fan of the Kingdom Airazor mould. But this one is a new mould, completely new mould altogether, and it's actually kind of good. The wings of the bird are formed by the legs, and for the most part, and it looks a little bit more realistic in bird mode, in my opinion. Again, it's got a lot of those weird colours going on, you know, all the beige and the sort of like the tanny colours, and yeah, it looks kind of weird, but I don't know, it's all right. I actually quite like this. This is half decent, you know, for just a normal deluxe. It actually does the job of, you know, representing Airazor a lot better, I think, than the Studio Series one. But you see, this is the thing, because we got this new movie that's came out. You've got the Studio Series toy line and the main line, both doing figures of the same characters, but they're in two different toy lines and they're different molds. And it's like, which one do you go for? Because it swings and roundabouts, which one, you know, some look better than others, and I think, in my opinion, this looks better than the Studio Series one. But I might get the Studio Series one further down the line. I don't know, I'll have to wait. The Studio Series one is more expensive than this. I mean, I got this for, how much was it? Yeah, I think it was supposed to be, I got it for, was it 20 quid? I saved money on it anyway. I saved a couple of quid on this one. So that's why I bought it. So yeah, got hold of her from Entertainer. And then we had another pre-order came in. From In Demand, a pre-order that I placed back in February. Studio Series 86 Leader Class Dinobot Snarl. Yeah, so I've been collecting these guys gradually. I've got Grimlark, I've got Slug or Slag, got Sludge, and now I've got Snarl. And Snarl, I mean, I know he's in the Studio Series 86 toy line, and in the Transformers 86 movie, Snarl is literally in the Transformers 86 movie for all of about 2 seconds. There's that scene after the attack on Autobot City, well, after the Decepticon attack on Autobot City, and then Ultra Magnus is rallying and you know, giving the troops a pep talk, and you see the camera sort of pans to the right, and then at the extreme right you can see Sludge's dino head sticking out in shot, and at no other point in the film does he make an appearance, so at least I don't think so. But this figure's pretty good. It's I would say it's one of the better, you know, Studio Series Leader Class Dinobots, in my opinion. I wasn't too impressed with Sludge, mainly because the way that the robot feet just hang down underneath the Dino mode and they don't fold up into that void in his chest, and then you plug the gun into them for weapon storage, and it's like, no, that's not great. There is third-party add-ons that fix the problem, but you're paying like, say 40, well, 55, 60 quid for a bot, and then you pay another 25, 30 quid to fix all the faults with it. It's like, really? I don't think I can do that. But this guy's out of the box. He's pretty good. Decently posable, good transformation, solid bot. He's all right. I like him a lot. He's pretty good. And then comics. Bought a couple more comics. Now this one's a bit special because I went on eBay and I mentioned about that issue 113 or 113. And my usual seller, Susanna Carter, she chucked a couple of them up on her eBay shop, but she was asking varying prices for them. I mean, she was asking what she was doing. She was putting the 113 up, and then she was chucking it up with a bunch of the other character comics from the 110 series. So instead of just buying one comic, you'd be buying like 7 or 8 comics. But she was asking for one set, she was asking £139, then she was asking £69, then she was asking £39. And it's a lot of money because this issue 113 goes for silly money. And the reason being is because it is the debut issue of Death's Head. Now, if you read the Marvel G1 comics, you'll know who Death's Head is. It was a character that was introduced. He was invented or created by a joint creation by Simon Furman and Jeff Senior, and he came into the Marvel G1 comics, and he was a bounty hunter, but he didn't like being called that. Yeah, and he was a great character, and he was in quite a few storylines going forwards until he vanished from the Transformers series altogether. And he's since gone into the Marvel Universe and had all sorts of adventures in the Marvel Universe all by himself. But he had his beginnings. He had his start in the Transformers, the Marvel G1 Transformers comic universe. And as a result, that comic is now attained cult status, and it goes for, high-end collectors' premiums, which I'm not prepared to spend. I don't want to. I mean, for instance, when I went to that recent TF UK convention at Birmingham, Simon Furman was there. I didn't actually speak to him, but he was there as one of the guests, and he had a bit of a talk in one of the panels, and he had a little table where he was doing signings, and on the wall behind him he had 2 issue 113 comics blue tacked to the wall. And when I went over and had a look, he was asking £90 each for them. Now, they may have been signed by him and Jeff. If they were signed copies by him and Jeff, I didn't see any signatures on the cover, but they might have been signed inside. So if they'd have been signed by Jeff and Simon, then they would have been worth 90 quid any day of the week. But if they were just plain issues of the comic, then 90 quid's a bit of a stretch. I mean, if anyone's going to ask 90 quid for him, it's going to be Simon Furman, isn't it? Because he wrote the comic. But anyway, I digress. So basically, this comic goes for a lot of money. And the last couple I've seen go on eBay have been going for around about 60, 70 quid. And I really didn't want to pay that amount of money. The most I've paid for a Marvel G1 comic is the issue 1, which I managed to get for 53 quid. And that's my upper end of how much I want to pay for a comic. But anyway, later on in the month, I went on eBay and I found somebody who was selling the issue I wanted with another issue that was a duplicate. And I made a play on it and I managed to get it for a decent price. So, yeah, I got it. I got it issue 113. And it came with issue 114. Now, issue 114 is a duplicate. I've already got this issue, so that's a duplicate, so I didn't need it. But I've got the fabled issue 113, and it's got this amazing artwork of Rodimus Prime on the cover that was penned by Jeff Senior. I love Jeff Senior's artwork. I absolutely love his artwork. Absolutely amazing. And this is the comic that Death's Head first appeared in, so I've actually got it. I've got other, I've got like collected volumes of this storyline in, but I haven't actually. My original comic, I lost it years ago. So I needed to get one of the original comics back, and I've got it now. So I've got issue 113, and these two comics, I got them for about 47 quid the pair, so I only paid about 20 odd quid for this, which is, you know, if you split the money down the middle, then I paid about 20 odd quid for this, and that's near enough. So yeah, man, I'm quite happy to have finally got issue 113, and of course I got issue 114 as well. So that's and actually getting this issue has completed the 100 series. So issue 100 to issue 199, I've got all the 100 issues now. I've just got to finish off the first 100. So I've got the you know, for issue 1 to 99. Just got to finish that series off now. And I've got about 18 comics left that I need to get, and they're all in the 10s and 20 series, and issue 2, of course. I still need an issue 2. But yeah, so actually did really well out of that. Very happy. So we're nearly at an end. The final thing, I had a bit of money left at the end of the month, and I was like, well, actually, it was after buying those comics. I had some money left, and I got those comics for a certain price, and I had so much money left, and I thought, well, what can I get now? And I went on to Comics and Cocktails, and I saw something. I said, and it was slightly cheaper than normal. It was at $49.99 instead of, what was it, $55.99. So I decided to get it. Legacy Evolution Leader Class Armada Universe Megatron. Oh yes, hell yes. Now, Armada Megs. As I only got into Transformer collecting. As I only got into Transformer collecting as an adult in recent years. 2014 was when I decided to take the plunge and start collecting Transformers. And the first Megatron figure I got was actually, he's just up here. Was Armada Megatron. Now I'm going to take the Star Saber out of his hand because it's going to fall off. There we go. Yeah, so there is the original Armada Megatron, and this figure, I really love it. I absolutely love it to bits. It's amazing. So many gimmicks on this thing with the Minicon play pattern. I mean, I particularly like the the blade, the knife that comes out of his in one of his hands. He's got firing missiles. He's got lights and sounds. You know, amazing figure. When I got him, he was missing his antlers. Didn't have any minicons, so I went and made some antlers for him, and I decked him out with Leader 1 and the Star Saber. So yeah, I really love this guy. Got a bit of a story as how I got him, because I originally saw this toy at an NEC toy fair, but I didn't buy it, and then a couple of weeks later I saw it at a Stony car boot sale for less money, and I bought it, and the rest, as they say, is history. But yeah, you put him next to the new Legacy Evolution one. So this one is really good. It's really, really good. It looks the part. The colours, the moulding detail on it, fantastic. Hasn't got any of the Minicon gimmicks on it, unfortunately. There's no Minicon ports on it. It's got the usual sort of 5mm ports where you can, you know, you can plug things in. It's a shame it hasn't got at least one Minicon port on it, because, you know, it would have been nice if they'd have put just one on there so you can at least plug a Minicon on. And I think, as he's got all the usual 5mm ports, why doesn't someone make a Minicon 5mm adapter that you can actually plug in, that turns a Minicon, you know, turns a normal port into a Minicon, you know, port? Why doesn't somebody do that? You know, third-party company, come on, make it happen. You know, make some Minicon 5mm port adapters for this guy. Great figure. He's actually got, you know, articulated legs, which is something the original one hasn't got. Not quite as big or as chunky as the original one, and it hasn't got any of the electronics or the gimmicks, but still, he's a really, really cool figure, and he's awesome. He's really, really cool. So that's my haul for this month. I've managed to whip through it, in just over 30 minutes. Yeah, it's pretty good haul. I'm quite happy with it. A lot happier than I was last month, because last month's haul it wasn't all that, in my opinion, and I was a little disappointed by it on the whole. But this month, much better. Managed to save some money, and yeah, so I managed to do quite well for myself. So it's that time again. It's the end of the video, and it's the first and the worst, where I show you my favourite thing and least favourite thing that I got. Now, the worst bot is pretty straightforward, but the first bot, I mean, it's a toss-up between them two leader classes I got at the end of the month. Now, I'm looking at them in front of me, and you're thinking, well, which one do I like the best out of the two? It's tough. Alright. Right, I'm ready. First and worst. Right, so first one, Armada Megs, because, I love my original one so much. And this one is a really good update of that. It's a really good update. He's got some of the gimmicks, if not most of them. A lot of the Minicon stuff's been taken out, but it's a shame. But apart from that, he looks the part. He's fully articulated. He's a great figure. I like him very much. I like him a lot. And then the worst one, this guy, because it's a gimmick toy. He's got a super simple transformation. He's not that great, to be honest. Bought it for the Skullcruncher. I ain't got a problem with the Skullcruncher, but the Primal toy is there's not much to it, and yeah, he ain't that great. So he's the worst thing I got this month. So there we go. That's my haul for this month. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like I said, my 900 subs video is coming tomorrow morning. So if you'd like to stop by my channel and watch that, that would be great. Yeah. So. Without that said, I've been TFR Wilderness. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you all next time. Ta-da.
If you wish to leave a record of your call, please state your message at the sound of the phone.